like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. Y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comment section. Got a mic check 1 2 1 2. Press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments. We'll get right into this. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Let me get a mic check. I have some more breaking news for you guys. Oh man, hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in, man. We right back in it. Diddy is done. I told y'all this last night. A lot of y'all didn't want to listen to me. It's over with for this clown. I've been trying to tell y'all. A lot of you guys, y'all just some jockstrap sniffers, man. And you guys are a part of the go along, get along gang. And that's all there is to it. You understand what I'm saying? But as I said, we're going to get this done right now. You know what I mean? And let me get into this, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me get into this. As Sean Diddy Combs has just been hit with another indictment. More charges have been added on to this bum. And he's been hit with 2 more charges of sex trafficking. And now he's in major trouble because they have named, let me repeat myself again. They have named the actual DRUGSs that they have discovered. And this is unbelievable, man. I told y'all, man, I already knew this was coming, man. That's the reason why they had to get that. Remember I told y'all? And the other one, they said they was getting that doctor to overlook all of those, different reports. And I told y'all it was about what those victims had inside of them and what they was given. And I showed y'all yesterday, and I told y'all that they was going to play those Mark Curry tapes in court where Mark Curry alleged that Diddy was spiking these people drinks and hitting these people. I told y'all that shit. And here it comes today. Just like I told y'all yesterday, here it comes today. They have names. And you know me. Y'all know me. I got the paperwork, nigga. I got the paperwork. But yeah, hey, Mr. Bookman, it's all a lotto, right? They all lying, right? Well, guess what? They got evidence, and I'm finna show y'all on the screen the evidence that they popped out today. No wonder the black lawyer Anthony Rico quit, in my opinion. Now, let's get right to this. So, first of all, let me tell y'all what's going on. Then I'm gonna get to the parts where they're showing you guys some of the actual, what they're saying are substances that they have found, right? And it's crazy, bro. It is. I mean, the internet's gonna blow up with this today. So Diddy has been hit with an additional count of sex trafficking and a count of transportation to engage in prostitution today, right? Now, the authorities claim that he held these freak-offs we already know about. They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, right? His lawyer quit Anthony Rico on February 21st and said, under no circumstances can I continue. Right? I can't effectively serve him as counsel. Right? He said, although I have provided Sean Combs with a high level of legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue and effectively serve counsel for Sean Diddy Combs. There are sufficient reasons related to the prosecutions afforded by the attorney-client privilege for brevity in my application for withdrawal for counsel in this case. So his lawyer withdrew, and I believe that Anthony Rico withdrew because he's not a damn fool. He's seen all this coming, and he know what it is. Excuse me, Diddy faces 5 new counts. My bad. He has 5 new counts in this indictment. I apologize, you guys. Not 2. He's been hit with 5 new counts. So, and I'm going to give y'all the specifics right now on the situation that's going on, right? His lawyer, now he's hit with 5 counts. So he's hit with 2 more. Now he's facing 5 counts total, excuse me. So he's just been hit with 2 more counts with more prison time. This dude's never getting out ever. But let me get right to the meat and potatoes of this new indictment, right? So basically, we already know, and I'll just read this first line, and then I'm going to get right to the parts where they're specificizing, and they're naming specifically the drugs that Diddy allegedly, or that they're saying that they found. And I'm going to get this to y'all right now. So basically, it says the grand jury's charging now. This is today. You guys can see today's date at the top of the screen. They filed it. It was filed yesterday, but it was released today. So you can see it was filed yesterday, unsealed today. But it says that for decades, Diddy abused, threatened, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whom members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in. Everybody keeps saying this, and let me say this right now. This is what destroys all these bums and buffoons on YouTube. I heard DJ Vladimir over there talking about some, I've never heard of a one-person indictment. Bro, you ain't reading the indictment. The indictment says right here, he created a criminal enterprise whose members and associates, obviously, they haven't named these people to you guys. Diddy knows who they are. They kept it sealed. That's why. These people don't read paperwork. It's easy to read paperwork. They walk around here and act like they don't know nothing. But it's easy to read the paperwork. His lawyers have already been provided with a list of names. They know. Why you think they was trying to get that other girl blocked that I told y'all about yesterday, Dr. Don Hughes? They do not want her on that stand. They don't want her on the stand. But let's get back to this. Cook these boys, easy work. And this is not an R. Kelly situation. They're saying that he had members. Read the paperwork with Diddy. This is not a one-man army with Diddy. They're saying Diddy had members and associates. So they're not saying, oh, it was just Diddy. No, they're saying members and associates. The problem is that those names, in my opinion, were all sealed because they felt fear of safety issues in this case. That's going to come out in the courts. That's why they already said in the last hearing that many of the people are flying from out of town out of fear. What the hell is wrong with these people on YouTube? They don't have no common sense, don't think, don't process information, don't read, don't apply themselves. But I'm going to give you one today. So it says, and engaged to, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. People say, oh, what do they do? You see right there, they say kidnapping, arson, forced labor, bribery, obstruction of justice. Y'all have to be able to read. It says that Sean Combs, the defendant, operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate-based entities. And then it goes on to name Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, Combs Global, blah, 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 blah. Y'all already know this. Let's get right to the funk. And y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in here. Let's get right to the funk. What page is this on? I think it's on page, let me see. I'm going to get right to this. Oh, it's on page 11. Yeah, let's get right to this. Let's go right to page 11, y'all. Let me go to page 11. Let me see. We go to page 11. Let me see. Page 11. Oh, and by the way, this indictment also revealed that 3 of the victims are women. So we know that much because this indictment revealed that today. 3 of the victims are women. Let me see. Also, it says right here. Here we go. Let me give you guys. Okay, I'm gonna start with page 10, but I'm gonna show y'all page 11. So page 10 says the racketeering conspiracy, right? This is the RICO Act, right? The RICO, what they're charging him under the RICO of. It says from at least in or about 2004 through in or about 2024 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs and others known and unknown, so they're still investigating, being persons employed by, right, and associated with. So everybody keeps saying, "Oh, where's all these other people?" Man, they're gonna bust them out come trial time. Don't worry about it. They gonna whip their head come trial time, and all y'all gonna be sitting on YouTube looking like damn fools. It says the defendant and others known and unknown persons being persons employed by and associated with the Combs enterprise describes in paragraphs 6 through 12 of this indictment, right? So let me see, paragraph 6 and 12. Let me see, what was paragraph 6 and 12 saying? Hold on. 6 and 12. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what it's saying. Okay, I see what it's saying. All right, paragraph 6 and 12. Okay, I see. Okay, oh, well, let me read this right here. I got to read this right here. Man, dog. So it says that Diddy used the Comb business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his acts of violence, abuse, and commercial sex. Those employees included security staff, household staff, personal assistant, high-ranking supervisors, and other close associates acted as Combs intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business, right? And so they're letting y'all know without even saying specific names right now who his co-conspirators are. They're telling y'all this right now. In court, you're gonna find out who they are. They're gonna name the names. They just didn't name the names specifically. Same thing, same way they didn't name the names of the victims. In this case, they left the victims unnamed for protection. They want them to be safe going into the trial. So, like I told you guys, this lets you know that Diddy got a lot of snitches, man, because they don't want Diddy to know. They don't want the general public to know the names because they feel like if them names get out, it could jeopardize this investigation. That's the reason why they didn't put those names out. But let's keep going, you guys. So it goes on to say, and this is where I'm going right to page 10. Let me get right to page 10 of what I was telling you guys. Also, it said that they had 3 it was 3 of the victims are women. So out of the victims, 3 of them are women. They revealed that today too. Even though they haven't revealed their names to us, Diddy knows who their names are. And I told you guys who I think 2 of the victims are. I know 2 of the victims are. One of them's Cassie, and the other one is the girl who they said that filed a lawsuit that said Diddy hung her over a 16-foot balcony. I think that's Cassie's friend. That's another victim, I believe, that's in this trial. But let's keep going. Y'all smash the like button, because this thing names specific drugs that they said that Diddy had. So, and I told you guys this. Y'all didn't want to listen to me, but y'all gonna listen today. It says, it says from in at least 2004 to 2024 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Diddy and others known and unknown, being persons employed by and associated with the Combs enterprise described in paragraphs 6 through 12 of this indictment, and enterprise engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly combined, conspired, confederated, and agreed to, and with each other, to violate the racketeering laws of the United States, to wit, Title 18, United States Code, Section 1962, that is to conduct and participate directly and indirectly in conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity that is determined as that term is defined in Title 18, United States Code, Sections 1961, 1, 1961, 5, consisting of A, multiple acts involving kidnapping, B, multiple acts involving arson, C, multiple acts involving bribery. D, multiple acts indictable under relating to tampering with witnesses, victim, or informant. E, multiple acts indictable under relating to forced labor. F, multiple acts indictable under relating to sex trafficking. G, multiple acts indictable under related to transportation and inducement for travel purposes of prostitution and other illegal sexual activities. And see, this is one thing I want to say to y'all. Remember that lawsuit came up and they talked about all those people that was on that in that lawsuit, all those people denied that? Man, I wouldn't have said a goddamn word if I was those people. Forgive me, Lord, for that language, because you never know what the feds got on tape. You never know what the feds got on tape. Because they're saying the feds got all that tape. Who knows what Diddy has on tape and who he has on tape at certain events? If I was those people, I wouldn't have said a damn word, because this trial hasn't started, and these people who are on these tapes, a lot of these people, maybe even if they hadn't committed crimes, but they were there and witnessed, they will be identified in this trial. I wouldn't have said a damn word. But let's get to it, y'all, because it gets funky right here. It says multiple acts indictable under. This is relating to sex trafficking. Multiple acts indictable under relating to transportation and inducement to travel purposes of prostitution and other illegal sex activities. Multiple offenses. Now, y'all read this on y'all screen. I'm down there on H, right here on your screen. Now they give the specific drugs, y'all. Multiple offenses involving possession with intent to distribute or distribution of narcotics and controlled substances, including the C word, COCAINE, the other word. These are all the drugs they said that they have and Diddy had. Look, check this out now. Or that he was getting these people with. Look, OXY, CODONE, ALPR, AZOLAM, 3-4-METHY, LENEDIOXY, METHAMPHETAMINE. Also, the drug number 4, BROMO 25DIMETHOXYPHENETHYLAMINE. Gamma HYDROXYBUTYRIC, acid. Ketamine, it's over with. PSILOCYN and METHAMPHETAMINE. It's over with. In violation of Title 21, United States Section Code. Listen, first of all, aiding, abetting, and willfully causing. He's done. He's done. They showed y'all. So it lets y'all know right there that from this investigation, those are the drugs they found. It's over with, bro. It is over with. I'm telling y'all right now. Remember they said the K word? That's up there, the ketamine word. Now, remember all these people who were saying they was getting sprayed with this oil and stuff? And remember, they mentioned 1,000 bottles of baby oil in this indictment once again. And everybody's like, why did they mention 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Well, you finna find out, nigga. You finna find out in this trial. You finna find out. Now, you do the math. Half of these brothers lying in their rhymes out here on YouTube. Right? I done told y'all what it is. And now they done came out and put out the actual names. So you know what that means? That means they got this stuff tested. They got this stuff ready. And now they're going to get the doctors to come in and talk about what these different drugs do to these people's bodies. And what these drugs, who uses what and how they do what to control people. And then they're going to have this lady come in, and she's going to talk about how the mindset of these predators and stuff like that, and how they use and get people to coerce victims and stuff like that. Bro, it's over with, bro. I keep trying to tell y'all this. Y'all ain't want to listen to me. You see it right there. That's why that guy got up and left. That's why y'all got up and left. That's why his lawyer, Anthony Rico, got his ass up and walked out. Y'all see it right here. I told y'all they need to put this thing on TV so the whole world can see transparency. I don't want nobody saying, hey, man, you got to set up. No, I want them to lay it out there on the line in front of everybody. I told you, bums. But y'all didn't want to listen to me. Oh, no, he's innocent. He didn't do any of this, man. Shut up, fool. They have the stuff right here on the screen. They tested this stuff. You think they put that in an indictment and they ain't had to test? They tested this stuff. Talking about they're going to say that they're going to get them to say that people was willingly doing it. Man, get out of here, bro. Once they play that tape for Mark Curry, and trust me, they'll have other witnesses that are going to attest that these people were spiked with different things. So with, because now once you spike somebody, they don't have a right. They're not in their right mind to make a decision. I told you guys this. Y'all didn't want to listen to me and think the next day they come out with another indictment on this bum and they naming the drugs. I told y'all this. Right? I told y'all this. Think about what I said. So now, again, they're probably going to have the doctors come up. All these people, bro, they probably have, you know how many people they're probably going to have snitched on this dude, bro, when they get to the trial? That's why they ain't naming no names. Everybody keeps talking about, hey, man, why they ain't naming no co-conspirators? Because they want to keep these people safe until the trial. So when they crack them out in the trial and crack that testimony, it ain't no way to get around this. Straight up. I told y'all this. Telling y'all this what it is. You ain't got to believe me. You better believe what it is, though. I told everybody. Look at all them drugs right there on your screen. This nigga ain't never going to see the light of day ever again. Look at all them drugs. Now, you look at the definition of what those drugs do. You Google, since y'all so smart and know everything, Google the names of those drugs on YouTube and the effects and what they do. All they're going to do in the court case is show medical records from a lot of these victims that they had this stuff in them. They're going to talk about what people use to control certain victims with types of medicines. They're going to link this up and they're going to jam his ass on that. So all that fake ass, oh, they wanted to do it, they're going to say, nah. Because check this out, y'all. I'm telling y'all what they're going to do. They're going to say, once you get somebody hooked on something, of course they can't make a decision. Think about what Mark Curry said. Mark Curry said they used to spike the drinks, and after they would spike the drinks, the girls would open their mouths like little birds, and they'd just be popping peas in their mouth. Think about that. Mark Curry said that. So how could the girls knowingly want that if they didn't know their drinks were getting spiked? So you're already putting them at a disadvantage. Duh. This would make this case too easy, but these people don't understand that. And all that other stuff, and Big Gene was telling y'all that on the Art of Dialogue interview about the ketamine and stuff like that. They got that in the indictment now. That was one of the drugs that they was found. Now, when they crack out where they found these drugs at, and I wonder if everybody gonna still be running their mouth about those 1,000 bottles of baby oil when this trial come up. Are they still gonna be running their mouth about that? Or are they gonna know they roll and shut their damn mouth? Huh? But they all lying, right? They all lying. And guess what, y'all? Word on the grapevine is Diddy got more indictments and charges coming. And I try to tell y'all. Says we only give that in ICU. I see you up there, Kia, but they don't want to listen. I try to tell y'all this. So he said his lawyer, so once you get hooked on something, people gonna obviously be saying, I need this, I need that. Because what it's gonna be is this. I'm telling y'all this, bro. Anybody who got any common sense know what they're talking about. They're gonna show that these people, and they're gonna have witnesses that say that these people's drinks and these people's things were spiked. I'm telling y'all this, bro. It's gonna be a come to Jesus moment on that stand. For people that are gonna be up there crying. I told y'all they're gonna have Kleenex, they're gonna have bath towels up that jump for as many tears gonna be up there. I'm telling y'all. They're gonna talk about how these people was doing that stuff. I'm telling y'all what it is, man. I'm telling y'all. And all these people that was there, that's why I said, all them people that was in that lawsuit the other day, all them celebrities, I wouldn't have said a word because you don't know, the feds don't want to check flight records around that time, early April. You don't know what they got. You don't know the video footage they may have. If these things were going on, these parties were going on in Diddy's house, Diddy had video footage, he never threw it away. They may have the feds may have the footage. You don't know. That's why you always know your role and shut your mouth. This thing fitting to get disgusted. It's people gonna lose their families. People gonna be divorced. It's gonna be all out here in front of the general public. I'm telling y'all this. Y'all don't have to understand, believe what I'm saying. You better believe it. They don't put them drugs on the screen. That right there, let y'all know, ball game. The fact that they don't came out now and told y'all the names of these drugs that they have found, ball game. Where you can't get these drugs on the street legally. Ball game. They finna bring them people up in there, those doctors and all that other stuff, with these people's medical reports. BET Rap City, nigga. It's a rap. I try to tell y'all this. Right? To the person who said Diddy has a chance, everyone consented, you're a liar. And let me tell you why. People consented to go into the party. Let me give you an example. You a liar and you going straight to you know where for lying. I'm going to tell you why. You easy to beat. When you go to those parties, they'll give you a form. Yeah, they'll say, hey, man, you got to sign that form right there. Right? Think about this now, because this is what other witnesses said themselves. So when you go into the party, guess what? I've signed myself to go into this party. I've signed an NDA to where, okay, yeah, I'm going to this party, But here's where it goes off the rails. Illegal activity. So if you sign to go to a private party and your drink gets spiked, ball game. It's over with. It's over with. So to you saying everyone has consented and that's why it's tape proof, this is the part you don't understand. If you on tape being handed a drink, you drink a drink, and the next thing you know, you ain't in your right mind, and you doing all kind of crazy shit that you ain't even think that you would be doing. It's over with, baby. The jig is up. Mark Curry blew the hit lid off this thing, and so did other people when they said that drinks were spiked. See? So let me say this again. I could get you to sign a form, say, yeah, I'm cool. I want to come in here. I want to party. I want to do this. You go in there. You giving a drink. Your drink is spiked. Guess what? All that other shit is off the limits. You didn't agree to have your drink spiked. So, Amelia, know your role and shut your mouth. He has no chance. It's over with. It's over with. That's another reason why he don't want her testifying. And what happened to him? You talking about he got a chance? It's like Vince McMahon said, he got no chance in hell. Where he at? Where he at? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? And then, back in that other lawsuit, he's being sued with Diddy because they're saying he aided and abetted Diddy in that lawsuit that was just dropped out the other day that had LeBron James and all those other guys named in it. Gloria Estefan and all those other people. Oh, yeah. It's going to get real funky around these streets. So, once again, ma'am, you lose. That BS don't come in. You said they consented with their signature. Sorry, ma'am. You cannot consent to get your drink spiked, fool. You a damn fool. Let me repeat myself again. Let me say, oh, I know you didn't know that part. That's your problem. I know you didn't know that part. Because y'all be out here listening to stupidity that's pushed on YouTube. But Ticket's here to tell you the truth. I'm the Black Brian Gumbo of this shit. I'm here to tell you the truth. And let me lay it to you, lady. Here's the truth. You can sign and say, hey, I want to go in this party. I want to go in this party. Boom. You can sign your consent. Say, hey, I want to go. I'm trying to go to the party. I'm trying to see Diddy and everybody. Guess what? Did those people sign consents for their drinks allegedly to be spiked? That's what Mark Curry said they was doing. Once a drink is spiked and you lose control of your senses, your common senses, game over. Ma'am, I think you need to look at the names of those drugs on the screen that the feds just dropped today. Now, why do you think the feds dropped these specific drug names? Ma'am, what is Diddy allegedly doing with ketamine? Look at your screen. What is Diddy doing? They said Diddy had ketamine, ma'am. What is he doing with that, ma'am? Amelia, I want you to explain that part. Explain that part. Explain it. It's over with. It's a wrap. Sayonara. Explain that part, ma'am. Oh, but you didn't know. I know you didn't know because you listen to bums. You ain't listening to the big ticket. You listening to bums. That's why you didn't know. So now all that 1,000 bottles of baby oil and stuff, it's all gonna come to full surface now. Remember they was laughing at first? Why they got about 1,000 bottles of baby oil? What does that mean? You about to find out what it means. You got all those people in those lawsuits saying they was sprayed with baby oil and then suddenly lost their capacity. Now you see it right there on the indictment. Matter of fact, let the great one, let the final boss blow this up for you. You know I'm gonna blow it up. Let me blow it up for you real quick. Make this a little bigger on your screen so that you can really smell. And do I mean smell what the final boss is cooking up in here, girl. Woo! Put this on your screen, man. You understand what I'm saying? There's no demons and devils allowed around here. We rebuke all that negativity. Now watch this right here. Now you look that up. Yeah, I blew it up for you. Can you see me? Can you see it? Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go Google every last one of those drugs. And I want you to ask me a question. First question I'm going to ask is, can you legally obtain these drugs? The second thing I want you to ask and look up is, what do each of those drugs do? Google it. Quick Google search for each of those drugs that they found. Google it. Now you tell me what an innocent man that is doing no wrong is doing with all that stuff. Send the indictment. You don't have to get mad at me. You don't have to get upset. Send the indictment. Send the paperwork, Lebowski. Send the paperwork. I told y'all this. And the next day, I told these mums, and the next day, this fool get hit with more charges, and they name the different drugs. I told y'all this yesterday. They ain't want to listen to me though, y'all. This is what happens when y'all listen to Scrubs. This is why TLC said no Scrubs. When y'all listen to Scrubs, this is what you get. Right? Now let's get to it.
Don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. Just run around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop pill, 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 pill. The girls be real thorough, wind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. He's running around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop, pill, 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 pill.
Game over. I try to tell y'all this, and that before these dudes speak, they better speak with a lawyer. All them dudes that was in them lawsuits coming out making them denials before they even hear the specific dates. You might not want to say nothing because you never know what videos the feds got. And if the feds got these people in the same groups on videos around Diddy, man, it's finna get funky. And then flight records. You never know if the flight records were obtained. Were you in this area around this time? Did you fly to that area? Did you fly to Florida? Did you accidentally take a service? Did you stop and pay for gas with a credit card at a gas station that has your name on it or somebody that was linked to you? These are all things. People better not say nothing. I'm telling y'all this. And now they've come out with the specific drug names. And everybody was asking about them 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But this is the real question, right? Now notice, I talked about this on the channel the other day. That lawsuit said that LeBron James and them were witnesses to one of these events at a Diddy freak-off. Said they were witnesses. Nobody in the mainstream media has asked LeBron James a question about this. He had a big game last night against the Golden State where they asked him no question about this. Imagine this was any other basketball player. When it was Kobe, they asked him about everything. When it was Kyrie going through the situation, 24-hour coverage. Imagine if it was Russell Westbrook when he's got, Lord have mercy, they'd be banging on this dude. It wouldn't even be funny. We wouldn't even be talking. But y'all see, right? And y'all fitting to see, right? And I'm finna tell y'all this because y'all need to see, right? Everybody was, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's why you read paperwork. That's why you read paperwork. This is a civil lawsuit, allegations. And it says high-profile individuals, including Jacob the Jeweler, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, Beyonce, Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence and knowledge of the events surrounding the quote-unquote freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. And remember, when you had so many buffoons come on YouTube and try to shoot this down and say, oh, well, this person wasn't even in town. How could you say that when if you read the lawsuit, which I know you didn't, it did not give a specific date. It only said in the early part of April of 2015. King Combs' birthday is on the 1st of April. In 2015, on the 1st of April, which day was that, y'all? Everybody doesn't always have their birthday party on their birthday. Especially if your birthday falls on a weekday, like maybe a Wednesday. Maybe you might have your party on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Wow. Wow. And then remember this. You never know what the feds got on tape. They got all those hours of video footage that the feds have seen all these different people around. You never know who else they could be secretly investigating. I would know my role is shut your mouth, stay out the way, and leave people the hell alone. Plaintiff briefly saw LeBron James, who was wearing a white bath towel, brown shower shoes, and carrying a shaving bag, very specific, walking through the hallway, he alleges. LeBron James looked at plaintiff and in response to Gloria Estefan's plan for an ambulance. Remember, they said Gloria Estefan saw this guy in such bad shape, allegedly. She said, get him an ambulance. But Emilio tried to get her out of there. But LeBron James has said he looked at the plaintiff, and in response to Gloria Estefan's plan for an ambulance, he said, y'all better do something about that. Lord have mercy. And then guess what, y'all? The defendants in this case are Drea English, the girl who we've seen in those photos at Diddy's parties. But guess who's another person that's being accused in this case? Another person that's being charged in this case, in this lawsuit, I should say. Him. It's 3 people that's being charged in that lawsuit. Diddy, Drea English, and this guy on your screen, Brendan. This is the same guy who got arrested with those Fed charges with Diddy. When Diddy's house was raided, he was with Diddy at the time he got arrested. But his charges were dropped. His felony charges were dropped. And we have not seen from him since. Is he the final piece of the puzzle that puts all of this stuff together? Is he a guy that's going to say, hey, man, I witnessed these things, bro. I don't want to know this trouble. I didn't want this type of trouble in my life. Are his parents pushing him? Brendan, you're 25 years old. You have your whole life in front of you. Why? You played at Syracuse University basketball. You better ask yourselves these questions. This man disappeared. We haven't seen from him, heard from him. And they said he was there at this alleged lawsuit that named all of these different celebrities. So if he's, we don't know what's going on with him. But is he going to line all these people up? I don't know. I don't know if he has. I don't know. But when Ticket think, you best believe I think on a whole different level. And I told you guys that the feds was not coming playing games unless they really wanted smoke. And they really wanted smoke with Diddy. Now, in this indictment, and everybody was laughing about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I don't know why the feds didn't even worry about 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Maybe he's just a freaky nigga. But then when you think about all the lawsuits and the people who said in the lawsuits that they got the oil sprayed on them, suddenly they lost their capacity. And everybody ran out here. These people are bogus. These lawsuits are outrageous. They call it Holly weird. But when the shit get weird, these bums don't want to believe it on YouTube. Why do you think you call it Holly weird? Because the impossible becomes possible. That's why they call it Holly weird. You understand? Now, you see on your screen, they name these different drugs in the indictment today. And I told you, bums, this whole time. I told y'all. Now, Diddy's going to have to explain all of these different drugs. Read, Google this online. I need everybody to go Google this stuff online. And you find out the definitions and what these different drugs do. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. Don't take my word for it. Just go look it up yourself. That's all I want y'all to do. Find out what those different drugs do. And then ask yourself, what was Diddy Combs doing with that? What in the blue hell was Sean Diddy Combs doing with all of that? That's why, and I was right again when I told y'all at that last hearing, they said they wanted to have that doctor come in and specify those drugs and what they were doing. I told y'all this. They didn't want to listen to your boy. They didn't want to listen to the final boss. They did not want to listen to the final boss. And I told y'all this. But unfortunately, they should have listened to me. They should have listened to what I said. Because now they're going to have those medical reports read. They're going to have these people that had these different things in their systems all presented in court. And that, along with this,
all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So you gotta rewind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. He's running around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop, pill. And
game over. Now, that's why I said I want this case to be televised. Because I want to see everybody have the ability to see all of this information put out there to the public. So all of these people that out here say, oh, they're trying to tear out a black man. Man, shut up. Shut up. You mofos out here running around here acting like Diddy is goddamn on. You understand what I'm saying? Out here acting like he Dr. Martin Luther King singing. Oh, yeah. It's on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. And I left it up there so you guys can Google and do your own research into what they do. Those were listed in the indictment today. Now, once again, ketamine. Let me just look up that one. Let's just start right there. Let me see what that does. Right? Let's see what that does. Google. What does ketamine do? Let's see this right now. Let's see. Whoa. Man. Ketamine, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put this on the screen. I can do y'all one better. Put this on the screen for y'all. I know one thing Only one like you. There's no way they could have made two. Talk to him, Tiki. I'm gonna talk to him. Put this on the screen real quick. The only one I'm living for. Right there. Let's put on the screen. Now you guys read that. Read that. Read that definition. Read that. Right? It causes people, second paragraph, to feel separated or detached from their body, physical environment. They can cause hallucinations, and other changes in thoughts, emotions, and consciousness. The Fed's new indictment today, right there on page 11, that was one of the drugs that was found. Now, do all these people who say they were sprayed with oil and had certain feelings and out-of-body experiences, do they all seem like effing liars now? Answer the question. Answer the question. I thought not. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't listen to the big ticket and all these fools running around here, oh, they got the medical people because they want to see the diseases. Diddy, nah, it had nothing to do with that. I told you bums this. I'm the best. It has something to do with this on your screen. They wanted to talk about what has been allegedly found in these victims' systems from reports, medical reports, things like that. Right? They listed that today in the new indictment. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10. They listed 10 drugs. You figure it out. I'll leave it up on the screen. Salute to everybody. It's tapped in. Y'all know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. I holla, man. And holla back.
All right, you guys, so we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym. Work out, exercise, and do what you got to do. Stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.